My guest Watson from Oye Zola and Kwesi Ernest. And women go straight. But then before that, Oye Ghana Music Awards UK 2023, Oye 7th edition, nominations will be able to na submit works. If you're an artist, na eshana and numana bonu udzimu papa and Esha, you stand a chance of being nominated and then possibly winning an award. But modernara na submit in your submit. Ekona log on to oye gmauk.co.uk/submissions na ako akakeye wo submissions na deadline no oye 10th May in your before 10th May na as ayo submissions in na mbaka de submit na wanye so na wankasa no date na lampo no offer wenwodo. Like I said, my two guests Oye Zola and Kwesi Ernest Watnafo. And like I said earlier, before we went on the break, we are talking about churches having started Oye record labels. How sustainable is it, Kwesi?
Yeah.
For first man.
Yeah, I think, sir, it's a very good news.
Okay.
For the churches taking opportunity on a season, no, to be part of what we've been through, to be part of the hustle, to be part of the creative industry, to support what we are doing. Now, I have witnessed for the last few years the kind of infrastructure some of these churches have mounted up in the various auditoriums.
Yeah. Okay.
And it doesn't surprise me with what we are seeing today.
Okay.
And from what I saw with the infrastructure and what the kind of facilities they are putting up together, the acoustics, the sound, this, if you go to some of the churches, if you look at the screens,
we invest
the kind of investment. Now, over the weekend, Makers House Chapel, you should be there and see. The place is like, it's like Hollywood. I mean, it's like Hollywood.
It was beautiful.
Now, ICGC, their new temple, and it's also another, it's like, don't go there. And then we have the oil dome, also at Royal House Chapel. And then we have Reverend Sankwa Joel Perez. Now, if you look at, and then also, don't even also forget Takia Boy.
Okay.
Also, Victory Bible Church. Now, if you go to these places, if you look at the infrastructure they have built, they've put themselves into, it tells you that there's an agenda.
Okay.
And I'm excited that they are following this up, trying to give us the theater experience of whatever they are trying to put up there. Now, what we need to do now, and I said it over the weekend with Ninoy, as we were having the chat, and I said, it's important for us to look at the documentation that is backing the establishment of some of these record labels they built. Because when we're able to have the documentation, then we can do proper assessment of the various things that they've mentioned in the documentation. Because it's not just about mere words of somebody trying to establish a record label. We have the legal department, we have the A&R department, we have the creative department, we have the synchronization department, we have the publishing department, we have the marketing department, we have the artistry, we have the distribution department, we have the PR aspect. All these things fall into place. All these things comes into play. And it's important. Another part of it is that it's important also for us to know the human beings who are manning this establishment for the churches.
You point.
We want to know the level of experience, because you employ software be next year. Oba soon we industry mo there or buy investment. Na we industry from one. Nti wakoboka anade bia wonye biu. Ye pede wonya wonye gidi wonya sunsum ne monyankofa no wonya dam spiritin na wonya nyigi wo no woye there record label na opede woye. Because you know why? The church has a responsibility to be able to lead the way for gospel music. Because for over the years, the churches, for example, some has criticized the songs some of the artists have recorded. Some of them have criticized their outfits. One tarishe was been washing talent when you fugugo while women are the gugu na daddy. The churches we've had openly. Some of them have criticized. In fact, some of them have actually also criticized spirituality. In terms of the level of spirituality, they've criticized it. They have concern about the spirituality, and not just even the songs. They have questioned also the spirituality of some of the artists.
The personalities.
The personality behind the voice. They've also questioned them. So now that the church have taken the mantle of leadership to join the race, it is now going to be much more easier so that the church now can groom the people so desire to be able to produce gospel music. That is one. The church now can be able to lead the way for a platform of the saints, preparing of the saints to heaven when it comes to the music aspect. This is it. It's a huge responsibility. And for me, for example, I look at the church like Church of Pentecost. As I'm talking to you now globally, their membership globally is about 4 million.
But Church of Pentecost, when you record label,
they will come. Okay. They will join.
Okay.
Because their membership now worldwide is about 4 million.
And you want to customer one more them
I know that
you are hoping
I
they
know
come.
that Apostle Kwabena Nyameche love music. The chairman for Church of Pentecost. I know that he loves music. And it is in the pipeline. Because in fact, with all this thing that we are seeing, it is the Church of Pentecost which should have actually started the record label. Because if you look at all the churches that is spring across, the Church of Pentecost has the majority of musicians even now who have successfully, lead the way for its record label establishment. Name them. From Elder Miriku, Elder Francis Ejay, Dana Hamilton, Comfortano, all this one.
Church of Pentecost.
Go to London, go to America. They have the PIWC. And there is well established. They have it. If they have 4 million membership and they produce an album for an artist, and each of the pastor says that this one is for the church, and each of the 4 million members of this church will be able to download the new one at $1.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
And it's a money that the church, in fact, they don't even need to collect tithe again. That $4 million, that $4 million alone is able to take care of the church. And that is the power of music. This is even one aspect of it, commercial. And we saw Pastor Chris, who took the leadership to exhibit that this is possible.
It's possible.
That for one person to be able to produce close to almost about 12 to 14 artists worldwide, in the top musicians across Africa, what the influence, the impact, they are all from Pastor Chris Church. That's embassy. From Sinaj to our boy, friend Bobimam, Zola. This boy here, there are a number of them. Pastor Chris, they will produce one.
Pray.
And so for me, I am very much excited for this initiative that the church has embarked upon. We also, as stakeholders of the industry, we want to support their initiative. We want to give them every backing that is needed to make sure that this vision become possible. But we can only be able to help when we're able to know the background, the documentation backing this record label. We need to know what they intend to do. What is their short-term plan? What is their middle-term plan? What is their long-term plan, future? What they want to do for the growth of the music industry. Is it just maybe they want to record their own church choirs, or they may want to also do solo recordings? What is the white paper that is backing these record labels? We want to know their marketing plan. I want to know. Being part of this industry for 25 years now, I want to know. We are very much interested. Myself, the members of the Table of Men organization in Ghana, we want to know. Myself and the men.
Myself, I so want to know than
Obia. We want to know.
One of the reasons why, in fact, when I saw that, I think about Chapo Bear 5 or 6 so far, or record labels for Ghana, which is very good. But then the questions I may say, I'm in Mankasa. I think I've said it on the show before. So if enter that, then today I'm saying it. I'm one of the people that say, "Friend, madam, nke you more chapra menye."
About
today, Chapel TV station, Chapel record label, Chapel day. I won't do it. Reason being that experience has taught me there. The church easily plays the nyamese
Christ-like thing.
Christ to say. So even when things need to be done by the book, to the American, there's a sales aspect, marketing aspect of the job. Oh, that be nyamese. Oh, no, God says, and no, God says, and no, God says, into me. Zola. Zola, I know your sir. Do you think sales and marketing wise, it will be sustainable for the church?
Okay, so one of the key points in sustaining a church record label is like is the sales point of view, sales and marketing. Is when maybe the church will move that record label thing from the Christ-like thing and see it as a business.
Okay.
Because music, record label handling or creating a record label is a business kind of thing, not a Christ-like thing that maybe, yes, we are all led by the Spirit, but then in music and record label thing, it has to be business. So if you are not able to treat whatever that you are doing as a business in the church, then I'm afraid it wouldn't stand the test of time. Because if Muyeno say Christ-like, and then your sales and marketing department are not working because there's a Christ-like something around it, then how do you even succeed? How do you even push the artist or signing on? Just like Big Boss Kayano. The documentations has to be right, and then in as much as documentations are being set right, it has to work. This is not mature people anymore. Not that you be people say we, and then behind closed doors it will be like, oh, Holy Ghost has to lead the way. Yo, come on, this is music. You know, sustaining this church record label thing, one, it should be the self-discipline thing, and then handling the sales and marketing department very, very business-wise. Not the Christ-like thing. Because Christ-like thing, then you are setting the record label for a failure. Trust me.
But I'm here to also disappoint you.
Okay.
That what you are saying, your fear is going to happen. Because the church, as an institution, as a body of Christ, no foundation, no farabai, or
spirituality.
No farabai or spirituality.
No, but is it?
That is why, from the top to down, every human being who works in the church must first of all be a believer. Before the primary this thing for you being part of anything that happens in the church, whether being an administrator, being whatever it is,
you have to be a believer.
You have to be a believer. Because if they don't use the Christ-like as a foundation of the establishment, gospel music. What is the reason? The reason for gospel music is that we sing gospel music to win souls to Christ.
But Kwesi,
this gospel music?
Kwesi, remember me bisa
me ready, Papa.
Inti, what can then? Young fan there, you are the church. You are the leader of a church. Was set a record label. Now, when it comes to the business aspect of it, I am a believer, a firm believer of the gospel. And maybe possibly my son may a church member. And I'm also in the music business. But then say, Edi mejumaye edi tutu Zola hu. Zola onjenya mendi onye part of the church. Edi mejuma di tutu Zola hu. Zola is far advanced when ejumayem than amena mejinya midi not also me a part of the church. No. Are you going to say that? Are you saying that because spirituality is the foundation of the church, I would be chosen over Zola?
Until recently. We've had even solo gospel musicians being managed by their sisters, brothers, and everything, who do not even have any knowledge in music. Even the systems here, they are part of that. They come here, you see them.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, you see them. They don't have any knowledge even about the
but then you haven't, so you will choose me over the one
So,
who is
I'm saying
knowledgeable
that-
because I am
I'm saying that
spiritually inclined.
it's been a phenomenon which has existed in terms of hiring professionals to take over mandate in things
Which
into
goes
gospel,
beyond- which
that-
goes beyond
which
spirituality.
Goes beyond spirituality.
Thank you.
It has become a big issue. That is why I'm particular that I want to know the kind of documentation that is backing this record label establishment. Because I want to make sure that I'm speaking on fact and principles. There, it is not going to be the usual thing we are seeing outside there. Because most of them, establishment, but I want to find out how many
Structures.
of the professionals who are even involved in the music production now, who are doing successful, were even maybe contacted for its pre-establishment. The year Shasin.
Yeah, free.
Okay.
Yeah, professional.
Zola, you tell say why we are artist manager for this and so. This is Olumba Obu Church. You put there, you record label. What is the plan? What is the system? Because in Kanye Osisi studio, hey, we see Danny we na working. Aba, we see Danny we working studio han Kanyan. They went and sought after professional technicians.
Yeah.
Electrical and electric.
what shame,
and
what
they
yen,
came
what
to
yen
do
is
the
ye.
proper layout. Until you tell me, say, Obri TV do a fear, ya chabrofo.
Yeah, come
Papa, ya
my so cool.
Me chede, what's in the yan mokuma dada me ya
Onyasam,
kama.
papa.
I just say, ya you so cool, near what TV no do. Because professional people are working. The people who are in the MCR now, they are professional camera people who understand the concepts of television. But when it comes to our gospel aspects, we try to use different approaches to different things. That is why I'm saying that I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom. But I want to wait for us to be able to have a document. And in fact, engage, this time we're not going to leave them you. We want to engage even some of the people who are the administrators of this record label.
The record label.
We want to bring them here. You will be seeing them. I want one papa. We put this the one papa. Now you will see round table. Let us test the people so that it will not be as if like anybody wakes up now they want to just come into our industry and they just come and do any display and then go scot-free. So if tomorrow the thing doesn't go on, then they blame it on the structures of the industry. So, industry now. At that statement, I want to forbid anybody from making that statement. If you don't apply professionalism to what you are doing, it is not the cause of the industry. It is you who failed to apply practice to work. Because since you say Eriko, not say Eriko tomatoes and a pedequia farmer, you go and look for agric extension officers for them to come to your land and then do the proper feasibility for you. So we've gotten to a period where we need to involve professionalism to doing things, whether it is in the church or it is in outside. A church like ICGC Chapel, I know that it's a church of professionals. And I know that Reverend
Pastor Mensah,
I mean,
he won't do things
a
anyhow.
noble personality. He's a businessman and a well-groomed pastor. I'm sure that he's a perfectionist. His level of expertise, he will not sit down for anything to be done in the record label the church has done. He will not. I also know that they have one of the strongest musicians there, Edwin Dodson. Edwin Dodson is a fine gentleman. I mean, an astute musician, a person who knows his left and right.
His left and right.
And I'm sure that he's going to guide the process and everything and all that. He may be, maybe areas where maybe Dodson may not operate well, maybe marketing and maybe publicity aspect. But when it comes to creative, the content and everything, Edwin Dodson is a fine gentleman. Apart the other churches, I don't know of the physical hands available to them now for whatever they are doing. But I'm sure that maybe possibly they are talking to people, and I'm saying that's why I'm saying that we will not just have this discussion. Na yakofi yakonum tea ni yakoda. No. We want to engage them because they are part of the industry. Because what's in the Zola, the artists they are going to produce, they are part of the industry.
Yeah.
They are going to be nominated for awards.
They are going to be nominated for awards.
You know, so they are part of the industry.
They are part.
They are part.
They are part. Zola, as somebody who understands music marketing, say yesterday a Love World Music label no, or a Christ Embassy one label no, they had Sinach, or Ada, or Frank Edwards, or Martin Piquet, or Bucci, or Israel Strong. There are lots of people, and the Munkofu have been on international stages. Apparently, some of the record labels are Chaperoni be Ashas or Ghana Handcran. Some have been there for a while now. Na yen sheda yenyim yen sheda yente. Would you say that church record labels nan what the dawono? Are they marketing their artists well?
For now, I would say they are not doing enough. They are not doing enough for their artists now, for their signed artists, because looking at the kind of the record label you mentioned and then compared to the work they've put in place compared to the old the ones we have here is not up to standard. So the only thing we have to urge them is to get a proper planning, proper structures. When you talk, for me, I've always been on the side that when we talk about structures, it's about the people handling the project. That makes a structure for me.
But your Erica said that is a rapper up, my time and was.
Okay.
When the magic time, but time na me.
Yeah, rapper.
Yeah, rapper. Time na me no was.
Because marketing goes beyond signing an artist and then releasing songs. You need to go the extra mile. You need to have a proper plan, well-laid plan, distribution, a PR team, like a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Like we discussed the other day, marketing entails a lot. Having an EPK, a profile, merchandise.
We have a part 2 of that conversation coming up.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You ever feel Kwesi Ernest man?
And you see,
baby.
the marketing thing tackles every aspect of the industry, from gospel, from traditional music, from secular music to everywhere. So if the height or the level of your record label or the artists you've signed on your record label are not matching up to other people, then you should know that you are lacking behind. That means you need to up your game. You need to get the proper structures in place. What most of our record labels here have is they have the managers and the road managers. Most of them don't even have a PR team. They don't even have an A&R. They only set up 3 people and they call it a record label. My record label need a vast people to work with. Just like my able boss here will tell you. You need a lot of people on board that should handle each quarters. The PR team, the marketing team itself, the promotion team itself. That will bring in the planning of how to push the artists, how to get the mileage for the artists. Everything is planned. Everything is documented.
Everything is planned.
But if you don't do it that way, then I beg to differ.
Kwesi, 30 seconds.
I am very excited to all the pastors, to all the churches who have taken the bold decision to establish a record label. I salute your efforts. It's a moment of joy for the industry, especially the gospel industry. We are going to have a lot of artists, new artists who are crying over people to come and produce them, regular artists who are there and they are even looking for support. The industry have got a lot. And I'm so excited for this opening, for this opportunity, for the churches to also come. And in fact, they are not just coming. They are coming with investment. Because a lot of budget is going to be set aside where regular Sunday offering too, they are going to set aside special offerings to support the record labels growth as well. So, Sikasam on your problem. So I'm praying that they will be able to muster courage and employ the proper structures required for the growth of the record label they want to establish. We also as stakeholders, we are all there to support this agenda. And we are here to support you. Contact us and let us together grow whatever initiative that you have.
Contact us and let us together grow the initiative that has been built. missing the only guy in the industry. This segment of the show, Kwesi Ernest, and Oye Zola, na ye discussion.